Well, still some leftover wildfire smoke, although it doesn't quite meet the criteria to have a special weather statement or an air quality alert or anything like that. But you can definitely see visibility down a bit, and there is a haze in the sky. The temperature is warm. We're at 28 degrees. With the humidity, it feels like 33. Another day without rain, and they are definitely piling up. This is some interesting stats. Going back to meteorological summer, the start of it being June 1st, we've only had 82 millimeters of rain in Toronto. The average, 172, so we're less than half the average rain for this time. And last year, of course, we had floods in July. We had a repeat in August, 320 millimeters, on the way to almost 500, which was a record for the wettest summer ever. So we're going from the wettest summer to perhaps one of the driest, and it's that variation, that back and forth, that is a sign of climate change, and we're going to be getting used to these big swings from year to year. Now, what we really need is some rain, and there's clouds out there, and some areas are getting the showers and thunderstorms. Currently, our radar has it happening in New York State and also up towards the Bruce Peninsula, Owen Sound. Perhaps getting to Tobermory later this evening. Some lightning strikes and big downpours. Elsewhere, though, the sun is out and the temperature's warm. Peterborough hitting 30. It feels like 35 there. Winds from the southeast at 15 to 20 kilometers an hour. So all those rain showers dissipate pretty quickly after dark tonight. The sky is mostly clear tomorrow, and the rain, if any, will be up here towards Algonquin Park and parts of the Ottawa Valley. Toronto is nice and sunny with a high of 28. We'll be above 30 in no time. Your 7-day forecast has a lot of heat with it, and that's coming up.
A man has...
Well, it's another beautiful evening out there, isn't it? Temperatures are mild. There's not much in the way of humidity. And we're going to do a repeat tomorrow. How about that? 27 through the afternoon. Still got that south-southeast wind. And it's the easterly component that's keeping the RH, the relative humidity, in check. And as that changes Friday and especially this weekend to the southwest, those winds, that's when the humidex, that's when you'll notice it feeling a lot hotter, and that humidex could top 40 by Sunday. There are isolated thunderstorms in this pattern, as the high is showing a bit of a weakness here, but this big H is a strong one, and it's going to fight back. So we're back to clear skies in no time, and this area of low pressure is lifting up to the north. That's actually bringing some rain to the fires in Manitoba, and hopefully we're going to see less smoke because of that in the days ahead. 26 in Winnipeg. It's 23 now in Calgary. They're going to get some rain tomorrow. 28 in Toronto. And as we check in on the thunderstorms, they're all the way up towards Wyerton and Owen Sound, and they're going to weaken over the Bruce Peninsula tonight. So tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, isolated showers with that same trough. So it moves from here today to here tomorrow, and you'll see that flare up as often occurs late in the afternoon, and then they diminish by sunset. Friday, perhaps a shower or storm in Parry Sound, but 2 days down the road, I wouldn't count on it just yet. Not in this weather pattern, which has been so dry, and it looks to continue for the next several days. Temperatures tomorrow, 27 in Toronto, although some parts of the GTA getting warmer than that, especially away from the lake. And then come Saturday, we're topping 30, 32 Saturday, 34 on Sunday with a humidex of 40, and it'll still feel like 40 on Monday. We may get some storms Tuesday, more likely on Wednesday, but by then it'll be a very long, dry, and hot stretch of weather.
Engineering students at Montreal
popping up for portions of southern Ontario today. It hasn't been widespread, but we have seen a bit of action, and where they have been developing, we are getting some locally heavier rain. So around the Bruce Peninsula this afternoon and through this evening, though as we head through the overnight, they are starting to diminish. mainly clear skies as we push into the morning tomorrow. Mix of sun and cloud overall. I think a little bit of cloud cover possible, especially through eastern sections of the province. And that's where through the afternoon into the early evening, we're looking at the potential that we do see a little bit of wet weather developing once again. So there is a chance that we do get some rain across the Ottawa Valley, moving into Quebec. Elsewhere it stays dry, and those dry conditions continue for many. For Toronto through the overnight, it remains fairly warm, above average, upper teens, low 20s, and the heat and humidity is going to start to build over the coming days. More of a southeast wind tomorrow, temperatures climbing 26 degrees, mix of sun and cloud. Slight chance of a shower for the GTA, though I think it is going to be elsewhere tomorrow. For the most part, will stay dry. Though again, those dry conditions really taking a toll across many regions through the eastern half of the country. 28 degrees today in Toronto. Those temperatures will be climbing. Peterborough hit 30 this afternoon, and daytime highs with humidity will be increasing toward the weekend. Winds remain quite light. That's the story for now. More details coming up on how things are shaping up heading into the weekend. For now, that's a first look at your forecast.
Kaylee, thanks so much for that. Well, these...
Time now for a full look at the forecast. We hit 28 degrees in Toronto today, starting to feel that heat and humidity building. It is going to be climbing those daytime highs over the course of the next couple of days, the weekend especially, and into early next week. Temperatures up into the 30s and humidity on top of that. So that's what we're watching. Dry conditions also continuing for many, though we've seen a couple of pop-up showers, heavier downpours and thunderstorms today for some, but really it's been dry, extending through into Atlantic Canada. This stretch of weather in the forecast this week not doing much to help. Fredericton 26 degrees today, Halifax 25, 29 in Montreal, so warmer air starting to push into parts of Quebec as well. We are eyeing temperatures, as I mentioned, to be into the 30s over the weekend and into early next week, while cooler air and some wet weather moves into the western half of the country. So we do have some rain in place for parts of the prairies, but it's dry as that high pressure kind of settles into the east. Though through late afternoon into the evening tomorrow, once again, there is a chance we do see some active weather popping up. And that was the story today around Georgian Bay or Bruce Peninsula, and then Niagara region flipping into the state side of things. We did have some heavier downpours by the afternoon and evening tomorrow. I think extending from North Bay toward Ottawa, chance of seeing some heavier downpours and also thunderstorm risk. It's not going to be widespread, not everyone going to see that, and it tapers off as we push through the overnight, and then leaving some clear skies, though I think kind of a similar setup for Friday where we could see some cells developing once again, but it's not going to be widespread, not everyone going to be seeing that, but there is the opportunity that we do get a little bit of wet weather. I think for the most part, Toronto does stay dry, but we do need that wet weather. It has been extremely dry. 19 degrees for Toronto overnight tonight. Those overnight lows also starting to creep up, and then daytime highs into the upper 20s with some humidity on top of that, feeling into the 30s. But by the time we get to the weekend, those temperatures will be surpassing the 30-degree point. Pickering 27, 26, Mississauga, Hamilton into the upper 20s too. Friday 29, 32 by Saturday into next week. Sunday 34, Monday 33, and that leads us right through midweek. Not a lot of rain in the forecast either, maybe on Tuesday, and as we saw in the Futurecast, a couple of downpours popping up, but not that widespread soaking rain just yet. That's a full look at your weather.